cash.
Finding a place and locking them in. WNBA is about to begin. Gotta trust the process if you wanna win. Cause Just Cash is back, you better tell your friends. When Angel Reese walks in a bar with Asia Wilson and Caitlin Clark, these bookies don't know where to start. We be killing them all, tearing them apart. They can't mess with us, they can't mess with you. And I'm never gonna cuss cause I love you too. Hit thumbs up if you want good luck. Girls thinking that we fresh and they wanna We be winning the bets and they be rolling up. By far we the best, you ain't good enough. Ain't a damn thing funny, man, you know what's up. You wanna win some money, it's time to lock in, bruh.
Lock in, lock in, lock in.
Lock in, bruh.
Lock in, lock in.
Shell comes in. It's a flagrant foul. It's a hard
Lock in, bruh.
And here we got another.
Lock in.
Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome back, fam. Hope everyone's doing well after the holiday weekend. It's time to get back to business. It's Just Cash. What's going on? Good, underrated. How are you?
Good, man. Good. So good. I like playing with these sound effects.
They're fireworks. They're fireworks, right?
Those are fireworks that I lit and threw right at the bookies. Boom!
That's right. Hey, we had a spectacular weekend. I know this last week started out a little bit back and forth, and things could have been better, but over the weekend, my goodness, I mean, we went absolutely crazy. X-1 overall, 7-1 specifically on WNBA props. We had a clean 4-0 sweep on Saturday. Love to see it. And even Sunday, Boston was a bit annoying, hit back-to-back threes in the third quarter, but other than that, still solid weekend. And shout out to Big DZ, who's been killing it with soccer. We had a couple of different soccer slips that popped off, and then we also had a nice little cleanup with tennis action tied into the mix as well. Mm-hmm. So plenty of stuff going on behind the scenes. If you guys want some money with us, or if you just want to help support the channel, as always, make sure to hit that like button down below. Take just a second. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Turn the notifications on so you don't miss out whenever we do go live. Typically, we are live Monday through Friday. Most of the time, if there's games, we will always be live. And be a part of the action behind the scenes. We got a lot of value early in today as well. So join the Discord. We got 7-day free trial down below. We got week-long, month-long, season passes, all the good stuff. Whatever you guys need, hit us up and we'll go from there. All right. So a little bit of things going on today, per usual. It would not be the WNBA without a little bit of drama. So we got something to talk about with the Chicago organization. Surprise, said no one. How's that hitting you? A little bit of action coming out of there?
What'd you say? Sorry. I had to let my dog out the room. She was growling too much. What'd you say? My bad, I'm here.
Oh, you're good. I was talking about the drama coming out of Chicago. I said surprise, said no one. How's that hitting you? Yeah,
no, I love it, man. Right when you saw it, you looked at the PRA under. It's a beautiful feeling, and I was kind of surprised that you were right at her under, because sometimes you say players get mad off the bench and they come in and break your heart, but I always go with the under when players aren't starting if we can help it. And her line's already up. We looked at the line, said 19.5 down to 18.5, posted the 19.5. Like you were saying, other people in the Discord with a lot of skills and a lot of basically experience with betting and understanding where to find the best lines. And Big John pops in and says, "Hey, 22.5 PRA on Bet365." Boom! Told the rest of the Discord, whoever got 365 got that 22.5. That is a smacker. So if you're in the Discord, you're getting stuff like that. I don't think you're getting that anywhere else. So I'm real happy with that play.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And even for what it's worth, the 19.5 was the last of while we had it at the time. So even if you lock that in, you're still looking better than what her normal line is now at 18.5. We'll get into all that. We had a little bit of behind the scenes drama, to talk about with her, maybe some distaste, and just a fun fact. Next month on the 2nd is the trade deadline. So there could be a couple moving parts here towards the All-Star break, and it would not surprise me.
Yeah, always crazy. Like you said, WNBA, man, it's like a circus. It's like a soap opera. It's real wild. Yeah. But if you stay on it, you can make money with it. So that's why we're here. And the players do try hard, and a lot of them are talented. There's a lot of air balls and a lot of jokes, but if you really think about it, I mean, a lot of these women are ballers. So no denying it.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into it. If you guys, as always, have any comments, questions, or thoughts about players, make sure and throw them down below. We'll get to each one of them best we can. I feel like today, pretty straightforward. We got a couple plays for tonight. I will say on the surface, the slate really not super appealing. We were hoping for a few more unders here, and I mean, maybe some that debatably we'll talk about. But really, just some really bad defenses. And then we have two great defenses going at it with Golden State and Washington, which we're still waiting on news with Sonia Citron. She may or may not play this evening. Let's talk about that real fast because we had a couple things just pop up along the way. Where is my... They changed the logo header on the RotoWire site. It's kind of tripping me out because I have both of them up right now, and they're two different things.
See how they are?
Pesky guys. Okay, so let's hit on just a little bit of injury news, relevance, situation, yada yada. So Citron, we mentioned for Washington, big impact offensively. If she's out, that's going to open up a lot of field goal attempts for, you would assume, Shakira Austin, which we saw in this last game, her finally get back to form. And then Kiki, who was just, I mean, my goodness, made us sweat it out to the absolute end. But nonetheless, still covered that alt PR for us. Her first half, I mean, the first three quarters were really weird. She only had, 3 or 4 field goal attempts. I don't know what was going on with that. There was some clear frustration with her when she did have open looks. And, it was from 3, so I'll give them that if they're not wanting to pass it to her. But she had a lot of open looks that they could have checked it down to her. And the team, I don't know, for whatever reason, just wasn't wanting to play through her. We'll see if that turns around here for this matchup. I mean, they're going to need a secondary scorer or a lead scorer if Citron's out. But Golden State... lights out in the paint. Yes, it is on the road back at Washington, but nonetheless, Golden State has been one of the best interior defenses in the league all season long, all season strong. So could see some resistance there between Austin and Kiki, and that 3-point game a little bit more scarce for Washington, bottom 3 in the league in 3-point attempts. So somebody's going to have to get active. I really don't have a good lead on as far as what the news might be for Citron. We haven't seen any kind of updates or coach speak about it. So keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully we get that early enough, and maybe even on the show. That would be awesome. So we can kind of hash that out.
We've been noticing, man, with the injury news, you can kind of tell what the bookies are thinking, or if they have any inside info with how they were, Miles was questionable, but Courtney Williams' lines were way high, so they were thinking she was out, similar to what I'm seeing here with Amor assists at 5.5. So they're looking like they're thinking Citron's out. Now, it's not 5.5 even money or anything, but Onyx does have 5.5. It's plus 200, but still. That seems to me that you would think Citron's out, but who knows? We shall see.
No, I agree. And the bookies have been low-key kind of sneaky about that lately. And also limiting the other props that you can put wagers on is somewhat telling. They don't really want to push you in that direction to have something that has, Courtney Williams, for example, her assist being at 3.5 yesterday. And then now today it flipped up. It's like 5.5 on a couple sites too. So they know. It's little mind games that they're playing with this, but I think things are leading towards her being out. As you mentioned, the Amor assist lines kind of trending upwards. And then also seeing a little bit of positive regression with both Austin and Kiki as far as, points overs potential. But bookies do know for this matchup, that's not really something that is going to be more exploited. So we'll kind of see after that news what happens. it's kind of weird to say. I mean, if I had to pick someone who I could see really thrive in this environment, Michaela, she was a bit of a dud this last game, but field goal volume for her was looking pretty sharp there for a minute, and games with Citron's being out, I think there is something to that. But with that being said, this could be a total beatdown, and Golden State just handled business from start to finish too.
Yeah, I like Golden State a lot. The only thing is we know the difference with them at home and them not at home. That's kind of a little bit worrisome. I know we were thinking maybe a Kiki under would be interesting.
It's still tempting.
It's still
honestly.
tempting. It is. Shakira's just too dang low to want to go under. Shakira is interesting though. If we look off the court too, I was looking at that with Citron off the court. What do they got? Shakira Austin does get a big usage bump with Citron out, which is interesting. Where is Kiki though? Kiki does not actually. Kiki goes the other way. So, yeah.
And I mean, hey, maybe to that thought, we could even consider taking the 14.5 and kind of putting a placeholder on it. If we get news that Citron does play, honestly, I'm not that mad at it because she really struggled against him last season. And I mean, I would say arguably Golden State has looked even better over this last month now.
Yeah. So what Kiki under do you like? If it was to, I mean, in Citron in or out, it doesn't really seem to change much.
I think honestly the straight up points, she does scare me a little bit with the rebounds because we've kind of seen a few different centers, power forwards. Angel Reese coming off of some really good games, 12 plus rebounds against them. Cardoso had her way. Boston, any kind of active rebounding big has put a little bit of scarce into it. The points, though, very difficult. I mean, if she hits a three, that could be obnoxious, but the free throw is going to be hard to come by. And also just perimeter shooting. If she can't get to the wing or somewhere to create space, she's going to be crowded. I mean, they're going to have that paint gummed up the entire time. And I think the coach is smart enough as well to just kind of know already off the rip that Washington is not a good three-point shooting team. So let's play a zone. Let's always keep help coverage around and just dare the Amores, the Michaelas, the Codys, whoever, insert here, three-point shooter, okay, beat us that way. Let's see it.
You know what the smacker is going to be? It's going to be if Citron is ruled out and people think, oh, yeah, way more usage for Kiki, and they start betting her overs, and we can get 15.5. That's going to be the one, I think.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think the news definitely is going to dictate what we're going to do in this particular game. So, again, kind of why we don't really have any exposure on it yet. But I do see we have a question about Shakira's rebounds. So, if you want to do a huge favor, Big Dog, put us the little mini-me version up here for us.
Yep.
Let's talk about that because I think, honestly, I mean, I do have interest in Shakira Austin's rebounding. I think that's a pretty solid spot for all the things we just talked about. But the only thing with her is, again, just the minutes. Her minutes have been performance-based as of late. So this last game did come back to form, so that is a positive. Foul trouble, I don't think really too much of a concern either. Stokes or whoever else on the other side, it's not really that imposing. All right, sweet. So we got that posted up for everyone. Do you want to hop into some questions or just roll through a few plays here?
Whatever you want to do. At least shout out people. Logan's here. Says, what up, doe? What up, doe? What up, doe? Kev is here. What up, doe? What up, doe? He says, I'm in here. My magic is hurt. I was talking to E about that earlier, Kev. I was like, what is Kev going to do today? He's going to be sad. Oh, man. That sucks. Khadijah says, what up, gang? What's up, Khadijah? Hope you're well. Hope you did good over the weekend. We got some rebound plays for you today, right up your alley. And Andrew's here. What's up, man? He says, how do we feel about Fom over points? We'll talk about Fom. You liked her as well. So you get into the plays you have there if you want first. We got a lot of rebounds today, guys. A lot of rebounds.
A lot of rebounds, but whenever we were doing our recap, if you guys haven't seen it, it's in the community post on the YouTube channel. The hit rating on the over rebounds was pretty astounding so far this season. They were 83% overall, and surprisingly, I guess surprisingly at the time, but now looking back at it, makes a lot of sense. The unders, a little bit more hit or miss there. Rebounds, though, real nice for us. There's been plenty of that. A lot of mid-action that's been going on. I mean, just take the games from last night. There was some bad basketball going on in the first half, so plenty of rebounds to be had.
Yeah. Someone said it, and I'll never forget it. They said it earlier in the season in the chat. They said, if you think about WNBA, there's a lot of inconsistencies, but the one consistent thing is they're going to miss a lot of shots, and that equals a lot of rebounds, and that also equals a lot of under assists. And we can take advantage of that. I like being able to step back and just take a look at what we're doing instead of getting too stuck in your work and looking at numbers. That also comes into play a lot. But a lot of times, because we did have kind of a rough week, and the week before was okay. We had profit, but not like before. So we took a little step back and said, all right, what can we change here? It's important, super important. I think people, trust in the process can go wrong. You know what I mean? If something's going wrong for too long, you got to step back and adjust. And I think we did a good job with that. So that's why we got some rebound plays here, and going to head more unders as well. So I'm excited to see how this plays out. I think it will be good. I do. And I am looking for that thing you were talking about that shows all of our plays. And I'll try to get that and put that on the screen as well. Look for that as you go over this play. But yeah, what you got for these rebound plays? I really like these too.
Yeah, so let's talk about Nelson Adota. A couple positives here for us. One of them being Morrow is not going to be available tonight. So without her, we've already seen plenty of rebound potential. She's been a monster on the glass. So with her being off the court, that's only going to do a couple positives for us here. One, minutes in rotation should be even more tighter than per usual. I mean, they already kind of thin at the big center position to begin with. Back and forth injuries between the players all season. But for her, it's been basically, uncapped. Coach is just giving it a green light to go out and play some good basketball, and she's just, continues to perform for the team. The minutes, I know we're down a little bit here this last game, but some foul trouble in the previous two games, which I think, no surprise. That is just one of the unfortunate risks that we do have with her anytime that we are going to play her. She does come with potential foul trouble. So just know if we're going to lose, it's going to be from that. But I do like the spot for a variety of reasons. One, as you mentioned, with Miles being out now, that's only going to put more pressure, more usage on the supporting players. So I'm looking at you, Howard. I'm looking at Courtney Williams. McBride, she's been really good lately, but with Miles being out, I don't really know how that's going to navigate for her. Not going to have that shot creator like she's used to having. Things could get a little bit weird, but that added usage on Howard is going to put more rebound potentials here for us, more usage just overall down low. It does make the most sense for Griner to be able to just kind of hang out at the three-point line. She's terrible on transition defense, so coach being able to kind of sag her off, leaving her at least some opportunity to be in the transition plays makes the most sense. So probably just out there guarding coffee per usual, making sure she's not teeing off from three. But I do like the spot for us. I mean, usage has been there with and without Morrow for that matter. And then now for this matchup and everything kind of put together, let's go out and give me a good 29, 30 minutes plus. And I think we're in there.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Makes perfect sense. The line's just a little too low. We're going to take advantage of it. It could be a little low just because this player has been a little less consistent in her career here, but no Morrow will definitely help her. As long as she doesn't get in foul trouble, we should be okay. Her minutes are up. Like you said, Washington should feed it down low. She should get a lot of opportunity, so I like it.
Yeah. And another thing that was, I think, on the surface really positive for her, because a lot of people forget too, she's a really young player. She's only 25, and I think a lot of people feel like she is older just because she's been in the league for so long now, or for a couple of years, 5 years now. But for her, a lot of development potential is still in the tank. And you look at a few of these previous matchups, for one, Washington, not a good matchup. It's a very difficult matchup. Indiana is the worst matchup. New York, all these kind of sprinkled in the mix here bodes, I think, really well, kind of regardless of matchup. But for her, I think she should be at 7.5. I mean, we've been talking about this since she moved into the starting role. I'm shocked that bookies are kind of slowly creeping it up. And if she goes over, that's probably the last time we'll see the 6.5.
Yeah, it's low. I mean, that was funny when we had the 4.5. I think we did 2 units on that play. That was real nice.
Oh yeah, no, that was glorious. Great day.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's keep it going. So the other player today was Miss Hamby. And I will say shout out also to Agumake. I think both of these players in a really, really great spot for the rebound potentials tonight. Now, Hamby picking up Malonga on the other side is going to be a fun matchup in its own right. I love the rebounding spot here. I mean, Seattle continues to play really bad defense. They're putting up some wild shots. We had, my goodness, Flage this last game only was able to put up 1 point, 10 rebounds, but hey, only 1 point. And it was just, a weird night of basketball nonetheless. But the Sparks really, really struggling over the last couple games now. I mean, in the absence of Plum, this offense has been terrible. But I will say a couple bright spots, though. Hamby being one of them. Last 2 games now, 13 and 14 field goal attempts. Or no, was it 14 and... Sorry. Yeah, 13 and 14 attempts. So she's, kind of the engine's turning a little bit more so. She could be back into her, what we saw from last year form. But I think rebounds playing it a little bit safer here for this particular matchup should be a plenty. And that line was really, really nice. Honestly, I was quite surprised to see the payout was that good for the 7+ line. You might have to shop around a little bit for it, but still love it. And then one other big piece is Brink is not going to be available for this game. And what that does is making our numbers look even better here. So let's take her off the court. And you can see so far this season, looking pretty good. 3 out of 4. The one stinker against Indiana, and then in that beatdown game that they had, no surprise there. Toughest matchup, yada yada. But going back to last season as well, I mean, hey, these numbers don't lie. She's performed really, really well. Yes, NECA being there is going to cut into a little bit of usage, but still secure more minutes for her, more time on the court, and match up everything together. Looks great.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, like we were saying before, all these rebound plays is pretty interesting. Let's see. I did find this. Let's look at it real quick. Here is all of our plays up until last week. So if we take a look here at our rebounds, we got all of our points over, under, rebounds, assists, RA, PR, PA, PRA, etc., etc. Look at our rebounds here for the over, 15 and 3 at 83%. There's nothing really even close to that for the overs. I know we have some smaller plays like the fantasy, we're 3 and 1 and stuff like that. But if you look at all the points overs we took, look at how inconsistent points have been, 14 and 9. I mean, normal people would be happy. We're at 60% hit rate, but we take a lot of plays that are supposed to hit as far as, minus 150s and stuff like that. So we should have a better hit rate than 50. So that 60% is pretty low in comparison to the rebounds there. So I'm excited to see these rebounds and play this out. We did this for a reason, So
yeah.
And I mean, look at the unders, man. The unders only 60%. So the over rebounds definitely makes sense. Rebounds are missed shots, and WNBA is famous for missed shots. So let's try it out.
Exactly.
And these are good spots.
Exactly.
It's not like we tried to find the rebounds and it happened. It's just these came into play. Good matchups, good minutes, low lines, value. Let's see what happens. I got a good feeling about it.
Yeah, man. And if you missed out on the value and you can't really find the 6.5 for a better payout, I'm honestly not that mad at the 7.5 either. If we're looking at the in-depth here a little bit more, it's been kind of weird. Brink has somehow specifically missed games against Indiana. So like that bad matchup already inherently just doesn't really kind of, add to what we should see from the data. But even a couple more so, we had Washington and Minnesota kind of sprinkled in here into the mix a couple of times. So I do think we really just haven't seen her in a good matchup with Brink not on the court right now. The closest thing that we've really had was here against Toronto, and she went for 9 rebounds. So somewhere in the mix of, and also here for argument's sake, the Connecticut matchup. Whenever they had a couple players down, she still was able to feast there. So I think this is a great matchup for her finally. And if there was a game to kind of right the ship for the Sparks, it would definitely be this, because Seattle defense really bad, mostly just being such an inexperienced team. But nonetheless, I'm thinking they get a dub tonight, and still probably a close game. But the starters got to show out though. Hamby, we got to see something more out of you.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think too. You probably already said it, but just to re-emphasize, I mean, they have been so bad. And now they get Seattle. Seattle has been underachieving. So the game should be close, hopefully. And yeah, I mean, they lost by 24 and 28 the past two games. So her minutes were low. Like you said, Indiana, I didn't even notice that till today. You showed me Indiana rebounding is a terrible spot. And you could see right there, it shows. Only 4 rebounds. Did she play him earlier in the season too? I thought she did. Oh, yeah.
She did. Yeah. I mean, Hamby snapped off on the glass, went for 10 rebounds, and even still, wasn't the best scoring performance overall. She only had 6 points in 28 minutes also, mind you. The rebounds were there. So I like for her to go out and have a repeat performance. And even if the number dips down a little bit here, I still got her down for about 8.5 rebounds today.
Good spot. Line too low. Got to take it. Snap it up.
Got to do it. All right. And then looks like, okay, so let's talk about this Phoenix game, because this just became a hot mess right before during the daytime. So a couple things here. The Skylar line, pretty well 18.5 across everywhere right now. So if you did miss out on that, maybe just kind of hang tight for a little bit. Looks like there is some juice going back towards the over on the 18.5. So there is at least a chance for one of two things. One, Prizepicks just moves it to 19 flat, and you can pick it up there. Or if the books decide to go ahead and bump her all the way up to 19.5, we'll have that option at least for tomorrow. But massive drama, behind the scenes stuff. Skylar went on a little rant on her Instagram, I believe, earlier today, and had a typed image of basically they're putting me on the bench, what's going on, feeling some type of way about it, etc., and then made a live video post about it afterwards. Didn't specifically say it, so let me come correct on that. She did not specifically say they are benching me verbally, but you can hear her distaste for the situation. She was like, I tried, I've been good, and I tried and I've been good, and just basically confused about what's going on. So I think there is massive behind the scenes drama. We saw, just for, I think, argument's sake, again, Cloud played 34 minutes here in this last game. So clearly there might be some kind of discontent behind the scenes going on right now. If Cloud is coming, or if Skylar is coming off the bench, I think there is huge blowout going on behind the scenes. And honestly, I would be shocked if she plays over 15 minutes. She's not happy there. She's not been happy for a minute. We saw that clearly in her play throughout the season. And again, trade deadline, 2nd of next month, would not shock me in the slightest to see them get rid of her. They have Vandersloot back. I mean, they already have Cloud, who clearly can play the starting position. And, we'll have to kind of see what goes on from there. But if she comes off the bench, I'm expecting her to do nothing, like absolutely nothing.
Supreme Juice says, LOL, I'm sure her being bad had nothing to do with her going to the bench in her eyes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, hey, let's call a spade a spade. She's not been playing that great of basketball here lately. And we saw a couple games that, looked a little bit more like her normal. But, I mean, the last couple games, it's hard to argue for her being out on the court, because Cloud, she played really well this last time. So there is that.
Yeah, big Cloud. I mean, she's decent. She's definitely plays good defense, and she's got a lot of size on Skylar. Unfortunately, Skylar's little, and that's tough in WNBA. Deck Sports is here. What's up, bro?
Yeah. So we'll get confirmation on that tomorrow. Honestly, I feel like there is going to be some kind of somebody is going to address this, because it did happen publicly. We'll keep an eye out for that, though. That's going to be big news for tomorrow. And on the other side of things, well, I think we'll kind of talk about maybe what could happen with, mostly Cloud, what that could look like with her as a starter, possibly Vandersloot playing around 20 minutes or so. Could make things interesting to say the least, but we'll come back to that. Now, on the other side of things, Alyssa Thomas back at the 5. Let's go, baby. This is what we were waiting to see with Natasha Mack being out. Coach didn't want to do that the first game, with her being out. He was being a little bit gun shy about it. Then second game, Alyssa Thomas was suspended. We did not see her in action, so kind of a hodgepodge of players that were out there. Shout out to Big Bonner back in the starting role and also playing reasonable basketball, I will say. And Miss Ayahi, oh my goodness, what a gem she has been for this team so far lately in the last 3 or 4 games now, really taking a huge step forward and ended up being a starter this last game too, which I think also a player that 12.5 points. I'm looking right at you. Potential good spot for her again. We'll do a little bit of deep diving on that, but Alyssa Thomas back at the 5. This is where we got to revert to what our numbers look like from last season, because yes, I do think for a couple of different reasons her lines are being suppressed from what we've seen out of them recently, but there's been a couple of things in the mix. Again, we have Indiana popping up on the radar. They played them twice, I believe, here recently, but poor performance there, no surprise. Yeah, they had the back-to-back games against them, so 2 bad games there. Let's maybe write that one off. The rematch against Seattle, they kind of put a beating on them. Coach didn't really have to leave him out there for long. She played less than 30 minutes, so a little bit unusual there. And then the matchup against Vegas, not exactly the best of matchup there. But the rest of the season, I think reasonable enough. And then now here, her being back at the 5. So let's go back to last season. This is a line that, oh my goodness, probably was a 3-unit play. We would have played it and did play it every single time this was available. This is the level of AT I'm expecting out of her now back at the 5. We saw it this last game. She crushed the rebounds, had an outstanding 13 boards. Should have had a triple-double, I will say. Frustrating coach didn't leave her out there enough to get her last little bit, but still 13 rebounds. I love this. We had a really comparable matchup. Seattle again, another reason why we were taking Hamby, but you can see the same teams here. A great rebounding spot. Chicago has been our golden goose all season. Love the rebounds, and she snapped off against them earlier in the season with Mac playing, mind you. Still had 11 rebounds. Great performance. So I love this, and we kind of taking 2 different approaches because they're giving us such good odds on it. Now, 6.5 is the regular line because we were able to get it for the price it was, but also the 7.5. That one was on Bovada, correct, at plus 120?
Bovada, yep.
Yeah, so shop around for that one. I think her odds are going to move a little bit in the opposite direction as people kind of discover and rehash what happened this last game for Phoenix. Now, her being at the 5, I think just totally changes the game. She's going to focus on her RA. The scoring is going to take a huge backseat, especially now with Ayahi in the mix. And Held, for that matter. She's been playing some pretty good ball for them. Snapped off from 3 this last game for us. A shout-out hitting those assists real early for us. I love this, honestly. I'm surprised that Bookie's dropped it this low, but I think this right here is really putting a lot of weight on why she's not at 7.5 like she should be.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it just has to do with her games before, when Mac was in there, and her recent games. If you look at her last 5, she's not there, and like you said, the Indiana game puts a huge damper on the number. So great spot, great line. Like I said before, man, we got a lot of rebounds, but they all make sense. So that is what is up, man.
And thank you for actually reminding me about that, so I can kind of show you guys also the on and off court stuff. Games without Mac, you can see here, even for the 7.5 line, clearing that 8 of 14 times. But the 6.5, 10 of 14 times. I love this. Again, just a great spot for rebounding alike. We know that's Cordosa on the other side. Going to see a ton of her back and forth on offense and defense. So plenty of potentials to be had for that.
Bingo.
All right, so that's what we got for y'all right now, at least currently. We might have a few things behind the scenes later. So again, if you guys are not a part of it, check out the Discord, 7-day free trials. But let's open it up and see what you guys got, and we'll go from there. Just kind of, talk here for a little bit. I think, 7:30 Eastern start this evening, so pretty normal.
Yeah, we got a little extra time today at least. We had over 100 people in here already. Appreciate you guys. We're at 36 likes. If you don't mind, if you haven't hit the like, please just reach down on your phone and hit the little thumbs up button. It helps us a lot. And we will get right to it. This joint is very nice, I will add. And Logan's here. What up, though? He says.
What up? What up?
He says, let's freaking go, because I'm
man.
not going to cuss. LOL. That's what he says.
Right. Because I like YouTube.
Like YouTube. YouTube's been nice to us lately, so I'm going to be nice back to him and hate him just when we're not on the air. Hate him later on. Just kidding. Love you, YouTube. Love ya. Logan says, great weekend. My B-Day was on the 4th. Oh, jeez. Happy birthday. Happy belated.
Happy belated.
He said he hit 2 World Cup plays, too. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. Now let's get to business. He says, Austin, 8 rebounds.
Yeah, let's talk about Big Shakira here. She has been impressive on the glass. I mean, I don't think there's any debate about that. And more recent players seen some decent success against them. The double-digit rebounding, I think, kind of hit or miss in that regard. But still, plenty of opportunity for her. Biggest thing is just, what do the minutes look like? Are we playing closer to 30 minutes, or are we trending closer to 25 minutes? Back and forth. So, I mean, at least this last game, again, she played really well. There's at least an argument's sake for her to be out there. I do like it. I mean, I think the opportunity is going to be there. The 3-point shooting from Golden State could be somewhat annoying, but that might kind of, bounce a couple towards Kiki, say, for example. But I do like it. Honestly, I think this is a really fair price. Mostly just fingers crossed that, 1, maybe Citron plays and the game stays competitive enough. And then 2, her just go out and be able to play her normal minutes, because anything under that 25 has been really, really scary. But give me something normal, just an average outing. I think she gets there.
Yeah, that makes sense. And off the court again, Citron. When Citron's off the court, Austin's done decent. So the opposite of Kiki. So we will see about that. She could even be scoring some points today, and her line is actually low. 11.5 points, pretty low for her. Logan says Grinder 10 field goal attempts over.
Big Grinder. Hey, she's been kind of playing some good basketball lately. I will give her credit for that. Drawing a lot of fouls and just really, drawing a lot of attention every single game. Nelson Adota, not really the best scorer, so I think teams are kind of catching on to that, but volume for Griner has been looking pretty good. I mean, this was a player we were looking at earlier in the season before she started the whole injury thing, where her line was at 9.5, and even some of the 10.5s looked pretty favorable. Now, matchup, not necessarily in love with. Minnesota is definitely not one ideal matchup to target. They're, again, one of the best defenses inside the paint. But for her, I think the on-court matchup should be a little bit better. I'm not sure if they're going to put Howard on her necessarily off the rip, but could see a fair amount of her guarding her. Howard's going to have to play a ton of minutes tonight. A little bit of a bright spot, though. Dorka is expected to be back for Minnesota, so there could be some overlap with the second unit while Griner's out there. And if that's the case, she could easily go out and cook Dorka. That would not surprise me at all. I do think it's a fair line. Don't love the matchup. Do love the line.
Alrighty. Let's see. Andrew, what's up, man? He's like, don't call me Andre. Andrew, don't call me Andre, says, how do you feel about FOM over 11.5 points?
Yeah, so FOM's interesting. I think we also maybe had a question.
Sorry. Yes, you were already on it. Yep. Khadijah was asking about her fantasy as well. So I was just going to get to that too, just so you could get that. And Asprey Decor says, Miles not playing tonight. Yeah, Miles not playing tonight. So we got a lot to look at for that, for sure. I like those type of injuries. We can find some value there. So anyways, back to FOM.
All right, so Fom is pretty appealing. I wish that the volume for her would come up just a little bit more than what we've seen, and maybe that's something between her and the team that they could start working into. More of the rotational stuff. She's been efficient. She's been really efficient given the overall that she's had. Now this last game, she absolutely snapped off. I mean, she had 15 field goal attempts, but normal night, we saw 8 attempts, 9 attempts, 9 attempts, 8 attempts. So you kind of get the gist of it. But impressive as a player, I will say that 3-point shot from her looks real clean, and she's playing great defense as well. That's something that also kind of, to mention with her fantasy line, is doing a lot of things that work for her. A little bit of playmaking on the back end as well. Fell off this last game where you thought it might be a great spot, and for whatever reason, nothing happened. I do like the points, though. I will say she's been solid for about 12 points a game, right at 12 points a game, that is. But the matchup and everything looks really good. Sparks are pretty bad inside the paint. Let's see, they are top 5 points in the paint allowed, giving up a fair amount of threes too, so kind of looking for her to maybe take a few extra shots beyond the arc tonight. Also, look out for her live line. I mean, she's been good for about a 3 every single game in most of the first halves. If she is missing that, she is hitting typically 1 in the second half at some point. Team's also not really, putting a lot of respect on her to actually shoot the threes, and she's more than happy to. So I do like it, all things considered. Now, the fantasy, unfortunately, did just bump right before we hopped on. It was at 24.5, but by comparison, she's 26.5 or 26.55 on Underdog. So still a better line on Prizepicks. I do like this one. I will say this and her first half fantasy have been a smacker. First half especially, she's been really getting after that. 19 minutes last game too. Impressive.
Yeah, her minutes are crazy. Even with Ezzy coming back, I was a tiny bit worried maybe they'd somehow rotate her out a little bit, but nope, not the case.
Nah, man, I'm telling you, it's. I think what we see from last year, it's going to be Malonga and Ezzy, whatever that back and forth every night, which, I mean, it did kind of work out this last game because Malonga, again, got into foul trouble and wasn't really playing that well. And Ezzy, played really, really well. So that is just going to happen from time to time. But look at the backups for everyone else. Horston, who, laughable backup to say the least. And Falashi, I think Falashi, Heidemann, and Fum probably the most secure minutes right now for the team. And then anyone else subject to change every single night.
Yeah. Makes sense. Logan says Gabby Williams, 14.5 points. And Ayo, what is up? Ayo is here. He says, free square, 0.5 passes for the World Cup, and he paired it with Gabby Williams. That's why I'm bringing him up as well. He likes Gabby Williams over 9.5 points. Goblin with Hamby over 5.5 rebounds. We know we're on the Hamby, and I'm sure you're on the Gabby at least scoring 10 points, so that looks good.
Oh, yeah.
What about 14.5?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the 14.5 is pretty appealing. We are getting some really good payouts also for the alt lines, like the 11.5. I think there was a 13.5 line as well. The biggest thing for her is, what does that 3-point stroke look like? Sometimes a little bit back and forth. Sometimes, like last game, popping off, 4 of 8 looked really good. So do need at least some kind of middle ground here. About 2 threes would be ideal. But big upside for her is, I think, the free throw potential. Washington has been pretty handsy all season long. The positive regression for them has been a little bit better as of late, but I think also Citron possibly being out could be, very problematic to say the least. That one I would consider a lot more if Citron's out, because, I mean, honestly, I don't know who's going to be out there to stop her.
Baby Citron. ZB Miami's here. What up?
Yo, what's good?
Let's see what else. Oh, man, I said everybody but the man. C-Dot's here, baby. Let's go.
What's good?
He says hit the like button. Smash the hype button. Hey, guys, you seen the hype button? I've been noticing my own hype button on my phone when I've been watching different YouTube shows, and I hit the like for somebody, and the hype button just slides across my phone. Do you want to hit this? I hit it a couple times, guys. Hit that hype button for us. That'll help us even more. Join the Discord, Underrated and E Just Cash are the WNBA GOAT, says C-Dot. Appreciate you, bro. Glad you're here. Alrighty. Ayo and Logan like Ayo's bet. That's what's up. Khadijah says FOM over fantasy 24.5. It is now what, 25?
Yeah, 25 flat on Prizepicks.
And do you like that still?
I do. And also the first half at 12. I think that one still continues to be a strong look for her.
Okay. Supreme Juice, Clown and Skylar. And then Dex Sports. What up, man? He says, what up, doe? How y'all feel about Flage over 5.5 rebounds? She got 12 last time, and we know we don't want to mess with Flage's points anymore. Ooh, those last couple games. She's been shooting bad. What about her rebounds?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think the rebounds are very live for both her, FOM, and, I mean, even Malonga for that matter. But, again, with Ezzy being back in the mix, I don't know. I think we kind of pumped the brakes on her for a little bit. But both of the other players makes a lot of sense. Flage was at 5+ rebounds or 5.5?
He had 5.5. Over 5.5.
5.5, yeah. I mean, honestly, small hit rating difference between the two. You go from 59 to 50%, just a 2-game sample size difference. I do like it. She's due for a positive regression game, and the pace and speed of this should, be really favorable. There could be a lot of rebounds to go around in this game. Great spot for it, honestly.
Alrighty. K Frosh is here. He says, what's up, y'all?
Yo, what's good? Oh, real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I was doing a little bit of down the rabbit hole earlier. They did have briefly a RA line for her, but they did take it down. So just kind of keep an eye out for. I don't really want to involve the scoring, but wouldn't shock me to see her have that either. Keep an eye out for her RA line if it ever comes back up.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. That's a good thought there. I think Jade got in foul trouble last time, and that might have helped her assist out. I don't know for sure, but I was looking at that. Also, did you notice that Jade was in foul trouble? Only played like 18 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, she again a player who could be subject to minutes any given night.
Yeah, got to stay away from them. So K Frosh says, how do we feel about his second wife, Shakira Austin PR? So we talked about her points a little bit. We talked about her rebounds a little bit. What about put them together?
It's tempting, honestly. As you mentioned, 11.5 especially, or that one in particular. 12.5 still is a fairly low line. The matchup is scary. I don't think we need to ignore that. Is definitely not an easy matchup. Both of the bigs really struggled against them last season. So this for me kind of giving me somewhat of a pause because, it's not like they just didn't play well. I mean, it's they kind of got crushed in a couple of these games here. So really, really bad performance. I don't know, man. Honestly, I think this game just kind of is a live wait and see or fade it. I'm not getting the greatest of vibes here. I like Shakira Austin. Don't get me wrong. I like her rebound potentials here. Anything beyond that on this team right now is big old question mark.
Now, yes, we are worried about Golden State defense. Yes, but it is not in Golden State, so it's not as worrisome. And we were thinking Kiki under. And you look at Austin, she's at 12.5 points. I thought she was 11.5. She must have been earlier. Her PR is up to 21.5. So they're adding a little 0.5 there. That's not bad. But, yeah, the matchup is a little bit scary, I guess.
Now, I will say for her credit, she plays extremely well at the house, all season long. Her missing in the Washington matchup, not really that surprising. Let's see how many. She did have 9 rebounds, so, I mean, hey, she actually outperformed what her. I'm assuming her line was probably 7.5 for that game.
No,
she's tempting.
You want to know what I did notice, too? And this is kind of crazy. So if you look at Austin being the center on what you're looking at there, if you look at defensive versus position, now Golden State obviously is good in the paint, but if you look at them actually just versus centers, it's kind of different. Like if you look at that, like look at Kiki, who's the power forward, right? her defense versus position points is that they're not the number one team. But if you look at Austin at center, they're one of the worst teams at giving up points to the center. So I don't know if that has any merit to it, but it's interesting.
No, I mean, it makes a lot of sense because they're going to shut down one of the two of these players, and especially it's going to be even easier if Citron's being out, or if Citron sits, then they can kind of just game plan for one or the other. I would imagine probably Shakira, with her recent struggles, they maybe give her a little bit more free reign and then throw the doubles at Kiki because she, back and forth, but minutes kind of being a concern for both of these players and, production as well. I don't know what happened with Kiki this last game because that first half was terrible.
Yeah. Then she kikied out in the second half, though. The thing is, man, this matchup, power forwards versus Golden State, man, I'm really liking this. I really hope her points go up to 15.5 so we can get on that under with the Citron news. That would be so nice. I might even have to take it without it, but I would really like the 15.5. But yeah, as for Shakira, man, she might come through tonight. She might come through. Citron or not. Doesn't really matter.
I think so, man.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
It's a tough spot for her, honestly. She's not played against good defenses well at all this season. One spike game against Minnesota, but other than that, I mean, you can see this season and even going back to last season, not really doing that well. Right.
So lean at this point, Kiki under and Shakira over. Makes sense. But let's wait for that news and we'll lock it in the Discord. If this moves, we'll post and tag everyone so you'll get a notification to your phone and you'll say, oh, get it. Sir Weirdo says, what up, Gabby? Over 3.5 rebounds.
Some Gabby rebounds, huh?
Mm-hmm.
She's been so we know the potential is there with her. I mean, we saw a ton of this last season. She played really well, went out and did her thing. This season, I do like the potential. I will say the only thing that sucks is this matchup is our easy guard under matchup. Like religiously, we've always taken the under rebounds on guards. They all struggle for a variety of reasons. One, mostly Washington, they just run so much action inside the paint. Defensive rebounds just by default always go to the bigs. I will say for her, some argument to be made, playing a small forward style position, she could fall into a few more rebounds, but this is not the matchup. Like Washington's always are under rebound for guards. Always. So just kind of tread lightly, with that.
Good point. The Great 13 says Kiki 0.5 over 3-point attempts. So he's hoping Kiki decides to chuck one from 3. So hopefully they throw her the ball with the time rolling down and she tries to heave that half-court shot and you get the win for that. But besides that...
Hey, she's taking a couple. You better hold your tongue over there.
Oh, no, she has.
Hold it.
No, I already know she has. I've been looking at that. But when you make those plays where one specific thing happens and your play is either a win or a loss, that's when it becomes nerfy-ish to me, and I stay away from those unless you have a really good feel for it. But what do you think? Where would you lean? Would you lean the over?
Honestly, yeah. I mean, it's only going to get better if Citron ends up being out, and I was just out of curiosity what the payout was for that one. Let's see. 2.6. That's kind of enticing. I'm not going to lie. I knew this was something. I mean, you're really just praying she takes one attempt, but last couple games, look promising, especially going up against Atlanta. Not really the most ideal matchup to take 3-pointers, but for her, I mean, a good way to attack Golden State is kind of from 3. And this last game, man, I'm telling you, she was out of that 3-point line for several looks that they just kind of waved her off and did not pay her any attention. I think I got one more in me, Coach. I could totally see that one tonight.
All right, the Nerfiers are bonding today, live on stream. That's what's up.
Oh, bro, You could talk me into some fun play like that, especially at the house too. She's playing even better there. Only missed one time against, mind you, the worst 3-point matchup possible. So take that for what you will.
I just don't want to sit there and be like, I hope she shoots a 3. Like I'm sitting there. I just can't do it. That's okay to each their own. Making a Difference says, what are your thoughts on Onyeabor under 1.5 threes?
It was tempting. Honestly, this was something that I almost brought up to you last night. I do like it. She's very random with her threes. I mean, they are extremely random to say the least.
And if Citron's out, you're more worried, right?
A little bit. She kind of plays more of a bully ball style, not really. She played really well. I mean, the first time that she was out, 5 of 6 from the field. Second time, not so much, 2 of 6. So overall volume, not really taking a step forward like one might have expected with Citron, not playing. For her, it's just, I would say, true variance. Had a spike game here from 3 and a few here along the mix, but I'm leaning towards more of the under. If I had to guess or if I had to pick, yes. She's just random as hell.
Yeah. Yep. I'd definitely lean the under as well. I mean, she's obviously only getting there a third of the games. So, it's another one of those kind of scarier plays because she can chuck threes sometimes, but yeah, she's going to have to make 2 of them. So, Starfall's here. Yay!
Yo, what's good, bro?
Making a Difference says, blessings to both of y'all and the work y'all do. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Asprey Decor says, hit my 13-leg parlay last night. 1 unit got me 68 units.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
If anyone listens to that and says, yay, I need to do a 13-leg parlay, don't follow that guy. Don't do this at home, Asprey Decor says. Starfall says, I've been killing my bets lately. I can't miss. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
I feel you, bro. I was feeling that over the weekend. It was funny because I had a kind of a back and forth week where a lot of bad luck was happening, it felt like. But then over the weekend, 2 days straight, just a lot of the stuff just coming through. It's really weird how betting works. You go up and down. That's why I always stress, don't do parlays if you can help it, because that'll put you on that crazy, I lost for 6 days in a row and now I got to win 1 to get back. Like, you don't want to be there. Zoe says, man, I'm putting everyone lower. I'm fed up. Hey, Zoe, join the club, buddy. Join the club. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't do everyone under now, but we'll just find the right spots. Lean under more than over, and you will definitely see an increase in your balance. That is for sure. As long as you find the right matchups. 3 times says, where did you find the Diggins under 22.5?
Yeah, it was a shout out to Big John in the Discord. He spotted it out for us on the Bet365. They actually had it up there for quite a long time afterwards. And again, we posted the 19.5. So hopefully, if you were in the Discord, you were able to kind of see or be aware of it, one or the other props. But speaking of that, though, news finally just kind of coming in through that. So at least now the cat's out of the bag, if you will. But Underdog retweeted or posted about Skylar Diggins confirms she's being moved to the bench, and then goes on to quote what she said in her Instagram story. So it looks like she is going to the bench. And I mean, honestly, dude, I still even like the 18.5 points. I swear I feel like she is going out pissed about what's going on right now. There is some bad blood behind the scenes. I think she takes the minutes that we were seeing Cloud play off the bench, and that is going to be her spot. If that. I promise you, dog. Quote me later. I could totally be wrong about this.
Right, bro.
I promise you. Will not shock me to see her ask for a trade here in the next week or so. Will not shock me. So many teams can use a good point guard right now. Will not shock me to see her ask to be traded.
Just don't put Caitlin over there. We don't want that. We don't want to go over there. But maybe we do. Who cares? Caitlin go anywhere and ball. It doesn't matter. 3 times says, hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Good luck.
Good luck.
Guys, 100 people watching, 46 likes. We need 23 more likes before we get off here and to get to our 69. But I know we can. 23 likes. If you haven't hit the like, please hit the like for us. It will help a lot, and we will very much appreciate it. Logan says, Kiki for a double-double.
Yeah, and I think same arguments for her as far as rebound potentials. The scoring could be a lot more difficult this particular matchup, but they are offering a pretty enticing payout for it, I will say. Plus 130.
Okay. Andrew says, Fom, I expect a fast-paced game, and you nailed it. She'll shoot some threes. There you go, Big Fom. I hope she does well. I like her. Asprey, of course, says, I got Idamento. I don't know what that means or who that is. Gets 15 points and hits 2 threes and 4 assists. Who's Idamento? Sounds familiar, but I don't know who that is. Oh,
I am not sure.
Here he goes. Must have been a autocorrect because he meant Heidemann. Somehow Idamento came out his phone. I feel you. Heidemann. So you said Heidemann got 15 and hits 2 threes and 4 assists. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's not out of the question.
Hey, I like her for a bounce back spot here. She was a blemish on us last time with the threes, but I think that was also a little bit with, that first half game script was kind of weird. And for her, she just started getting more hot towards that mid-range action. So she kind of deferred to that, but really, really fell off in the second half, man. I don't know what was going on with that. So I do think, great spot for her. No doubt. And another player, I think, again, just keep this in the old back pocket. If for whatever reason Jade moves away from the starting position, goes back to the bench, her assist in this game also would be a great spot.
Heidemann's definitely impressed me this season. I can't deny it. He also says I got Gabby for 15, another player that's impressed me this season. Will she keep it up and get 15? Hit or miss, but what do you think? You lean over?
I like it, honestly. I mean, I've played a ton of personal plays with Gabby just strictly at 15 plus points. She's just one of those players, same caliber as Jackie Young style, Copper, yada yada. They'll go out, they'll give you at least a good 15 points every night, and then hopefully the night that they don't do that, you don't have too much on them.
So, guys, I just want to say thank you for hitting the like when I asked for it, because you shot 9 likes straight at our face, like boom, 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 9 of them, boom, and then 20 people jumped in the room. That's how it works. So, really appreciate that. Sir Weirdo says Shakira fantasy.
Yeah. If there was an over you could talk me on for Washington today with the potential of Citron being out, Shakira is definitely the one.
Snow Bunny says I got Flage for 5.5 boards easy. So people are on her Flage. People are on Flage rebounds. Makes sense. Flage is a beast. Athletic. She just needs to get that shot down just a little bit. Oh man, I hate watching her miss because I wanted to do well. And K1 says Flage 17.5 points and rebounds. Now we were on her points and rebounds a couple games ago, and she just missed. And then I was on her alt points last game, and she scored 1 point. So me and her are not getting along when it comes to points lately. I don't know. I can't really put money on that again. Once, fool me twice, whatever the heck that saying is, I'm not going in for 3. But what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you could talk me on the rebound upside for her, no problem. But I am kind of right there with you, a little gun shy with the scoring upside for her. Good spot. Yes, I don't think there's any argument about that. But again, with her, just really haven't seen that quite translate to, consistency, at least for one thing. She's going to get there. I think easy turn a corner into the positive regression, as we say. The scarcity for me, though, I'm right there with you. It sucked losing on her the last 2 games in a row.
Yeah, because I like her. I wanted to ball out, and she just keeps missing. So it is what it is. Snow Bunny says Gabby over 14.5 points. So people are on Gabby today. I hope she comes through. Fear Nothing says Flage 12 plus points. We just talked about that. That's a little scary, bro. Grinder 10 plus points. Hamby 7 plus rebounds. We know we're on that. What do you think about Grinder 10 plus points?
Yeah. I mean, that's a totally fair line for her. A decent amount of free throws to be had, I think, overall. And then, I mean, just the volume has been looking solid, over double digits last several games now. Also, the minutes, I think one thing that's really interesting, because we don't often see Griner really play over 30 minutes, did last game, played right at around 30 minutes. So, I mean, in a competitive game, real good chance she's going out and playing 30 minutes.
Okay, good luck, guys. Good luck. Andrew says PP got Flage at 9.5 RA for a demon. Do you like that?
It's tempting, dude. It's really tempting. She's been a little playmaker recently too.
Yeah.
Getting about a good 3 assists a game or so. It's weird though. I will say, because I thought I was crazy earlier looking at the RA, and I swear I thought that they had a couple lines for a few different players, but it looks like they just took all the RA lines down for the whole team. So I don't know. I don't really know what's going on with that. We might see maybe a little bit of personnel change, but that's kind of weird. Kind of weird.
D Johnson's here. What's up, bro? He says thoughts on Kiki over 9 rebounds.
Yeah. I like the rebounding for Kiki. We're looking at her scoring downside, to be honest. So probably under 14.5 or 15.5 points, depending on the Citron news. You could talk me on any Washington rebounds today. Yes, no problem for either of the two bigs.
Alrighty. Ashby Decor says no way Janelle's not hitting a 3. Sir Weirdo says Kayla gonna have to step up with Olivia out. We shall see. You've seen Kayla try to be in the right spot and do nothing, but who knows? AJ says, I wonder if Mystic's spread is good.
They've been really competitive. They have not been blown out, I believe, at home so far this season. And, even with or without Citron, still holding their own against some pretty imposing teams for that matter. I do like the home court advantage. I think that's, something that is a lot more of a comfort level for this younger squad in particular. Golden State's no joke. So, hey, if they come in and handle business and put a whooping on them, that should not surprise us whatsoever. But I do like what we've seen out of Washington, and even, bench players alike, they've been able to hold their own.
Yeah. He says they covered plus 6.5, plus 7.5 against other top defensive teams. Yeah. Played great against Minnesota. That was fun to see. Let's see. Asprey Decor says RIP. My win by 16 and 26 links bets. No Olivia. Asprey Decor, you gotta be on it, buddy. He says betting on guards to rebounds. I will never understand it. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. It's not. Flage is a little bit different, but yeah, it is still scary for me unless you alt it down. We've done that a few times. He says, she's a forward. Never mind. Well, I'm right with you because I didn't know either. I figured she was one of those smaller. Right? Yeah, she's a smaller player, but she definitely is a try hard. She's all over the court. She's athletic, so she can grab 5 or 6 boards. It's still a little scary for me. I would rather go with a AT, a Dota, Hamby style player for the rebounds. But if you can get the line low enough, it's worth it. Jason Graham says, is Sabrina back? Thoughts on her PA? Sabrina has been back and been doing better. What about her PA?
Yeah, so, Dallas is pretty interesting for a potential assist upside. We know traditionally Dallas gives up a fair amount of scoring inside the paint, so let's kind of take a little sneaky peek at her zones. Fairly spread out between everything, so, we'll have some reasonable opportunity here in the mid-range and underneath in the basket. I do like this spot, honestly, for both Stewart and JJ. Honestly, I could see them getting really active scoring. Dallas has been reasonable against the guards. I don't think 3-point shooting has been that great. Yeah, they've been kind of a no-fly zone from 3, just behind Indiana for that matter, kind of comparison. She's got to work that mid-range a little bit. She's looked really good with it in the last 2 games, I will say, but the 3-point opportunity is coming up quite a bit. She had 10 of her 12 attempts were from 3 this last game, and then 13 of 19. So if she is struggling from 3, she is going to defer to kind of check it down a little bit more inside the paint, which for that matter, I will say 4.5 assists is kind of reasonable for her being back. We are seeing the playmaking somewhat kind of, increase. 7 potentials, 9 potentials. The PA, I think you could talk me on. If she, man, how do you think she fares though if she's not hitting some threes? Because this has been a little bit kind of back and forth to start the season.
You guys know me. I'm not betting on WNBA players to make their shots. I'm not hating. I'm just saying. I'm trying to make money, and that is the most inconsistent thing for these players. And Sabrina has been playing better, but I can't rely on her quite yet, personally.
Hey, it's as long as she's just mixing the shots up. Like, please don't just go out and heave a bunch of threes the whole time. Unless she gets hot, then we'll take that for what it is. At least they are at home. Plays really, really well at home overall, and her historically for her. The lines are extremely fair. Like you said, she's back. 35 minutes, 31 minutes. She is back.
That's true. You are getting a decent little discount here on her lines, and if she's back 3 games in a row, you should be sitting in an okay spot. I'm just not going to be sitting there with you, but I will cheer for you. TJ Chapman says NECA over 3.5 free throws attempted.
Yes. Yeah, I do like that one. Honestly, again, it's kind of the same boat for her and Hamby. Like, not having Brink inside of the mix is going to free up a lot of range for them. Minutes, rotations, all that good stuff. For her, this particular matchup did look pretty solid for the free throws. Let's see. Seattle is in my blinds. All right, so they're kind of middle of the pack, but still, averaging about 21.3 per game. Not bad. I would not be shocked at all to see both her and or Hamby getting a fair amount of free throws overall tonight. Now, the only thing with her is probably going to see Fahm on the other side a fair amount, and Fahm has been pretty reasonable about the fouls, keeping her hands to herself for the most part. So that one, I would not be shocked to see her at least get one free throw attempt or one trip to the line from Fahm specifically. If she can get a little bit of crossover with Malonga and or Falage, however, easy free throws to come by in that regard. One other thing, kind of now that we're talking about this too, is NECA should see some first overlap between the starting unit and then the bench coming in for the other side. Now, Horston especially, that's somebody she could foul bait real hard, and I would not be surprised to see her get a couple off of that.
Alrighty. King Kel says, got my 8-leg parlay tonight. Wish me luck.
Let's go, baby.
Good
It's still
luck.
the 4th of July. Hey, it's going to be fireworks here.
Yeah, good luck. Hey, guys, 66 likes. We only need 3. Let's go. 3 more likes. Whoever gets that 69th like is going to get the double good luck. So hit that like button, my guys. Appreciate it. Asprey Decor says, you have to research a lot for them parlays. You can't just stick straights together and hope. LOL. That is very, very well said and very, very true. Very, very true. Don't throw a bunch of -110s in there. You ain't going to win. King Kel says, facts. I stick to what I know. There we go. Let's get it. That's exactly right, too. Never go into bets feeling like I'm hoping. You got to really do your research and feel like you have a step up and an advantage, because they're always going to have the line advantage pretty much. So you're going to have to know your stuff. Asper Decor says, Sophie and 2 other players scared me to death on their unders. I honestly thought I lost. Don't worry, Asper Decor, you didn't lose. And he says, one more thing. You can tie. The book will still count it as being under. For overs, you have to go over. You can tie with unders. I don't know what you're saying, Asper Decor, but I still love you. I don't know what that means. Do you, E?
I think it's just with some different books, they kind of grade their overs and unders a little bit differently. You remember that whenever I was getting upset about that one soccer play missing, that I was like, I don't understand. They're supposed to cover by 1. And you're like, yeah, they got 1. That was it.
You're talking about a spread in soccer? Or no?
Yeah. Or just how they grade that. Like, you needed to exceed whatever that expectation was, not tie it.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I do know one thing for unders, though. You still win if the player gets hurt in the first half. I like that. That's another one. I do like that.
That's true. Or any half, for that matter.
Antonio a goat says, what's the Flage scoring? Not even 5 points last game. How will she do today? I'm with you, bro. Damn, she messed me up. I needed 10 from her yesterday. She couldn't even, or the day before, she couldn't even get more than 1. What's with it, he says. What do you think, E? Is she just shooting bad rookie stuff?
Yeah. I mean, it's nothing, just the rookie jitters that we kind of see players go through from time to time. The game before, she just played poor. 4 of 12 from the field. Coach let her go out there for 29 minutes, and somehow still. I mean, this last game, I think mostly just from defensive and being able to snag a bunch of rebounds, but scoring, yeah, a little bit back and forth. This matchup, though, I mean, she is going to see a fair amount of Atkins, and I'm assuming Atkins probably still with the face guard. She's been terrible. I mean, terrible on defense, and it again for her. If there's a get right spot, this could definitely be a game for it.
King Kale says that's the first time I've seen someone end a game with 1 point. You must not have been watching WNBA that long, sir. Yeah, that was terrible. Sean says Flage 3 assists. It's a Flage day. 3 assists.
Hey, you could talk me onto that. I mean, hey, this last game, I know she was more passive because the shots were down, but still, 10 potentials, that's not nothing. We've seen a few flashes here and there. If we're looking for the 2-to-1 ratio that we ideally like to target, last couple games now, we had 10, we had 6, and then a 12 kind of thrown into the mixer as well. A few down performances now, mind you, 3 and 3 potentials, so would not shock me to see her have 3 potentials here, but the on paper matchup wise is really, really good. I believe Sparks are giving up second most assists in the last month now. Great spot for it. Absolutely great spot.
He also said Heidemann assists. What do you think about Heidi?
I like Heidemann. I hate how many people are playmaking right now on the team, especially with Jade as a starter. Jade just directly cutting into her playmaking, like right off the rip. And we've seen it in several games now. And then I think even more now that as the younger players start to develop, they're having their night of, we had Flage really pop off. We had Fam pop off for one night. Even Malonga's had a couple games where she's, not able to score, but still facilitating. So it's just kind of a mess, but I do like it for the matchup. 4.5 is a fair line. If you can find the 4+, I would probably lean that. Just eat the payout for whatever, parlay it with whatever, and kind of go from there.
TJ says favorite Goblin point prop. You have a favorite alt point line today, basically. Seen a lot of people on Gabby.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say strong case for Gabby there. And then NECA as well. Also her 15+ points. I wouldn't be too mad at that. She played really well against them last time. Went for 24 points. Also, Parlay Play had a PR boost for her today. I think it was 22 or 24.5 for a payout boost. She's just got to score more. I mean, they brought her on as a top scorer. The rebounding has been there, but that scoring's got to come up. Whatever happened here, that can't.
Well, no Plum. I mean, she's going to have the opportunity.
Yeah.
But
Burrell also potential bounce back. I know she hurt the world the last time, but I mean, all things are still going to be a green light here. Just bad blemish into the mix, and the team played terrible.
Yeah, 4 for 15. I don't like overs, but hey, if I had to take an alt, Burrell, 10, 12, whatever, probably feels decent. She's going to have the volume, unless they totally switch up on her because she had one terrible game. I don't think they will. But again, it's an over. So have fun with that. Thoughts on Flage and Heidemann assists? We talked about that. Asprey, of course, says Heidemann's getting 4 assists. Sun so bad could barely bet any player props. Yeah, well, you can bet some unders. Logan says Heidemann 3.5 2-pointers made. That's different. What about that?
Yeah, I mean, hey, she was feeling herself in that little mid-range this last matchup where, I don't know if it was a confidence thing as far as the 3-pointers go, but mixing it up a little bit here, you do like to see it. Obviously Courtney Williams, very similar play style. She likes to just get to her spot and, kind of heave it from there. But with the threes, maybe taking a little bit of a backseat, working on this would not surprise me in the slightest. It's a fair line. Honestly, I don't mind it that much. Her field goal made really got spiked up. I mean, I think the bookies maybe kind of know she's due for a 3-point performance. But, yeah, I like it, honestly. Heidemann's been Heidemann this year.
She has. Is Olivia 10 points good? I want to pair it with 6 points. Olivia, he's talking to Nelson Adota. Olivia, 10 points good. I want to pair it with the over 6.5 rebounds. Do you like it?
I mean, she's been getting there, and I do like the potential for her to still continue to score double digits. This is just a tough matchup. Like, even without Miles, the interior scoring has been really, really solid, or prevention of scoring. Really good for Minnesota. I mean, they've been the second best. So, like the line, don't love the matchup. Don't love the matchup.
Sean says Ray Burrell over 15.5 points. We just talked about her. I could see it happening, right, E? I mean, the volume's going to be there. It's just, is the ball going to fall?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Loki, this could be something we'll come back to later, but I do like it. I do like it. She did everything right last game except for just put the ball into the basket.
3 times says, let me sign up for this WHOP. You guys are amazing. 3 time! We'll see you in there.
Yeah. Yo, love to hear it, man.
We have fun in the Discord. I spend half my life in that damn Discord just talking about WNBA. It's pretty wild, but it's fun. AJ says, I'm talking about Suns Olivia. Got you, bro. Got you. I figured that out after a second. Asperity says, oh, wrong Olivia. They're talking about Olivia's here. Mario's here. Yes, I always like seeing what Mario has. He says, do you like any Sparks player points? And he says, unders haven't been my friend lately. It's okay, Mario. It happens, but, just got to find the right unders. Never give up on unders. Do you like any Sparks players?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think Ray Burrell, really strong case for her. I do kind of like Hamby. I will be honest. I kind of like her. Would not shock me to see her have a little pop-off performance again. She looked really active the last 2 games. Like, this was the Hamby we saw from last season. So maybe, hey, get out of this little mental funk that we have going on. I know Plum being out sucks, but this team's got to reel it back in. Y'all, way more expectations than what we're seeing out of them right now. And everything's right here. Food's on the table. We just need them to step up and, dig in.
Let's see. What else? You like Hamby a little bit.
Yeah, Hamby and Burrell. Honestly, I mean, Burrell, dude, she did everything right last game. She just couldn't find the basket.
Her and Flage sitting in a tree. Okay. TJ says Thornton over. Oh, TJ, are you sure you want to do this to yourself? He says Thornton over 0.5 turnovers.
That one's interesting. Honestly, they had 2 pretty appealing ones. Burton was a full payout earlier. This one I was looking at, she has gone over this every time they played against Washington. But Thornton also, a little bit turnover prone. She's been doing it back and forth here in the last month now. Mostly just with whatever her minutes are, closer to 30 minutes, where we're kind of seeing that spike up. But I know we picked on her this last game for the under rebounds, and she ended up not really playing many minutes. The second half especially, coach was just kind of pissed at her, and she wasn't out there. So a few positives and negatives. Missing out on the minutes would kind of suck, but matchup-wise, pretty good. Both Kiki and Austin active as far as blocks and steals, so I could see it.
Logan says Burton 20 PRA over. Oh, Veronica.
Hey, as long as we see the Burton that played against Washington in the past, sure. She dominated and was able to score, really fill up the stat sheet. I like it. She looked more impressive last game, but pace down, maybe not having Citron there could, make things a little bit weirder as far as like her defensive assignments. The PRA is a fair line. You can also get it at 19.5 on, let's see, where is this? Hard Rock. Underdog has it, Sleeper has it, a whole bunch of places have it. So Prizepicks putting a little bit of tax on it. I don't know why, but they are. And maybe even looking at the fantasy, this was something that kind of stood out for me. 26.5 is fair. Again, she played lights out against Washington last season. So if we're seeing this, sure. If we're seeing some of this more recent stuff where she doesn't want to shoot the ball, that might be kind of a question mark.
Okay. Asprey Decor says, for example, if an under is 1.5 threes, a player can hit 2 threes and it will still count as an under despite tying the under. Asprey Decor, whatever you're smoking, hand it over, buddy. I don't know about that. He did say something else that was... Oh, no, that's Supreme Juice said 1 point must have missed Jewel Lloyd's 0 for 15 performance last year. Let's go.
That's
when I forget his name was coming on here talking. Jewel Lloyd is ass. What was it? He was saying something funny. Cheeks. Jewel Lloyd is cheeks. That was his favorite thing to come in and say. That was funny. Sean says, okay, thanks, Goat. Yes. Starfall says, Caleb McBride under 2.5 threes. I'm low-key feeling it. Starfall. He's back with his under threes. Caleb McBride. E cannot even. Oh my gosh, E is hurting when you say this. Caleb McBride. Look at him. He can't agree with this one. He loves Kayla. He sees her shooting threes right now in his sleep. He's like, nah, bro, don't do it. Watch out.
It just sucks because, I mean, we haven't seen this matchup, and for two, this is a normal line for her. I mean, all things considered, she's been at 2.5 threes for a little bit now, and
no miles.
Playing pretty well. Yeah,
Starfall. No. I don't know. That's a scary one to me too.
I don't know what to expect as far as that goes. And I mean, matchup wise, it is pretty favorable. You can see here defensive ranking is 11 of the 15. So if she's teeing off from 3 today, man. Oh, but hey, I mean, also in that same breath, we've seen her be absolute crap in plenty of games so far this season where she just goes out and does absolutely nothing. She's looking a little bit more back to form, though. So, I mean, there is something going on with that. And, again, just with no miles, we have no idea what to expect from this team.
Yeah. Yep. It's no Raven Johnson under 1.5. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ashby, of course, says it's a bit high. It's a good bet. Definitely don't parlay it. Yeah, definitely don't parlay it. Yep.
Profess.
News.
Yeah. So Citron is out.
Okay, can you raise Kiki's points for me? Raise Kiki's points. And you know what I'm sad about? Natasha Howard went down to 26.5 PRA. It's not 27.5 anymore.
All right, let's see where the line movement goes. Okay, so Shakira Austin looks like 13.5 points. Kiki 15.5 points.
Oh, it is? Oh, let's freaking go. See, I don't cuss.
What else we got? Michaela. So Michaela pretty well stayed the same, 9.5 points.
Oh my gosh. They move fast over there.
I know. I've learned just click over to Onyx and you'll see whatever you need right here.
Yeah, they're going to go first. That's dope. Oh, I'm excited.
Oh, I found an error. An error.
What you got?
Kiki 24.5 PA and she's 24.5 PRA. Is that right?
No, 26.5 is her PRA now. So they didn't move it yet.
What is this? She's 24.5. Why is the PA? I gotta play this PA, right? I mean, what the hell is this? 24.5.
No. Oh, yeah. Play that 20 times. Get me on it with you.
they have the tabs wrong. I see. Even though it's listed as PA, they have the PR popping up.
Oh, they'll trick you too. Maybe I just should have looked at that.
Yeah. Okay. I was about to get all excited. I was 24.5 PA. Sign me up.
Right. But I am excited about this 15.5 points now. I am. I really, really am. Are they going to bump her PA to 17.5 or something funny?
Well, it's opening with juice on the over 15.5. So, I mean, decent chance you might even find it at 16 or 16.5.
Stop lying. That would be heaven on earth.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, okay. Well, we definitely have a fun play there with this news. At least to me.
I think so.
Yeah. Cool. Hey, Kiki, I really do like you, but today, not so much.
I love that. I think they had a boost or something going on for Citron earlier. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
27.5 PRA I saw.
Yeah, that's on up there.
I don't hate that either. We are playing Golden State, folks.
Let's keep an eye on this points, though. I mean, this is really teetering back and forth which direction they're trying to go. Oh, no, went to 14.5. No.
Oh, yeah, it's going back. Ooh, DraftKings 16.5. Holler at your boy, E. Go! Come on, Onyx.
Post it, post it.
Come on, Onyx. I see DraftKings. DraftKings, you want to be 16.5? You're going to get my money. If I had DraftKings, being in Bunk, California. But Onyx is going to have it. Hopefully. Let's see. Not yet.
I would love that. Oh, it looks like we're leveling out a little bit.
Weird. DraftKings 16.5 is crazy. Whoever has DraftKings, guys, get on that. I'm going to post that for whoever has DraftKings. I mean, again, it's not a 100% play, of course. Nothing is. But it's just a nice value play, I think, here. I'm not going to get too excited and sell some Wolf tickets to you guys like I did before with JJ. That's what it was. It was JJ under. Now I remember. It was JJ under, Jackie under, and now we're going Kiki. Similar, but this is Golden State, folks.
Exactly.
And her line's too high.
Yep, you got it. Yeah, let's post it up. I like that. 16.5 was way too high. Honestly, I still like the 15.5. They're going to put some more pressure on her. Her usage rating is worse with Citron off the court, and this matchup is nothing positive.
So this is the kind of stuff that makes it fun for me. These type of plays. Bookies go one way, you go the other way. You want to give me that value? Thank you very much. I will take it. Now, let's not have a JJ or a Jackie type of thing here, and we'll be okay. So we'll just keep it at one unit. Let it rock. I think it's worth the play for sure, and it'll be fun when it hits. And if it doesn't, it happens. That's why it's called gambling. All righty.
We'll cry about it in the morning.
We'll cry about it. We'll cry about it tonight. But we'll be crying still probably in the morning, drying our eyes. The Great 13 says Salon 1.5 rebounds more. 1.5 rebounds?
Oh, yeah. You could talk me on that, Ult. I mean, I would be shocked if she doesn't get 2-3 rebounds.
Yeah, she should. Some games she doesn't get minutes, and it really sucks. But hopefully she gets decent minutes and some boards here. Logan says, not 3-pointers, 2-pointers made. I think I said 2-pointers, bro. Let me go back and look, make sure.
We might have stuttered. You might have stuttered the question or something, but we definitely answered with the 2-pointers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What's next? Oh my gosh, Kiki at 16.5. Give me that. Can Bovada put that up there so I can just go rock it real quick? No nice. Citron. I Hunt Kid says no Citron. That is correct, sir. No Citron. Kiki points up. We're going under. Flores assists with Citron out. Interesting. Flores assists. Do we have Flores props?
We might on Prizepicks.
Interesting. Let me add the new list on the screen here with Kiki in. So we all care. Now, again, I'll say it again, guys. It's if you're listening to the way I sound, because that's why I want to change a little bit here, because I've been getting too excited about these type of plays. I personally like it a lot, but it doesn't mean it's gonna hit. It's a fun play, though. It's a really fun play, and I love the value. I'll say that. So Flores
exactly.
Assists.
Yeah, I was trying to find if there's any kind of props for her. Did she start last game, or did they start with Cody? I don't remember.
I don't think she started. She played a lot though.
Yeah, she played a ton of minutes the last 2 games, and also coming back from an injury is quite surprising. She was out for several games now. Huge minutes, no doubt.
Maybe he's just saying
Cody,
like if her lines pop up type of thing, which they may.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I mean, there's a real good chance of that. Her and Cody, for that matter. I mean, they could easily at least drop Cody out for us.
Okay.
Cody, didn't really impress me this last game, but I do like Flores. I mean, she's
Flores,
a tryhard.
Flores 3.5 assists, yes or no?
Yeah, and look out for her RA too.
What's up with Amore?
She sucks. I mean, like,
She
I don't know.
sucked, but then she's had a few better games lately.
She's just a young player. I mean, we're just really seeing her take it harder
Wait a minute.
on, like, her rookie season.
She scored. She played 12 minutes in that overtime game last game. What? Was she injured?
Yeah.
Oh, she got hurt. Remember? That's why. Remember, she got hurt, and then I remember someone saying, "Oh, I needed Amore," and she got hurt.
Oh, yeah, because that's why Shakira had the 16 potentials.
Yeah, that will never happen again.
Yeah. And that also being another thing, she had a massive injury this last season that kept her out, and just a younger player. She'll find her way. I'll be fair. I'll be nice. She doesn't suck, but compared to what they kind of need out of her, especially with Citron being out, it's just like, maybe she plays 25, 26 minutes, or she plays 16 to 19 minutes.
Okay. Strive for Greatness says, "Good day, fellas. My first day in the VIP, and also Sonia Citron is officially out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, she is. It is very interesting. Thank you for writing that in there in case we hadn't got to it yet. But yeah, man, welcome. Good to see you here. Hopefully we'll have some nice times in the Discord. It's always fun." Ashby Decor says, "Not good news. Some of my favorite people are not playing, nerfing my bets." Ashby Decor, I'm so sorry. Starfall says, "I was hoping Howard..." See how Starfall is, man? He's in my head sometimes. He said, "I was hoping Howard PRA would be higher. I was waiting to bet her under PRA." Oh my gosh, bro. I've been looking here, just waiting for it to go up. It was at 27.5. I wanted it even higher, but now I think it's 26.5. So.
Yeah. The bookies kind of know what's up with that right now. Surprising and fun fact, if you didn't know this, but the Connecticut squad has actually been playing some lights out defense over the last month right now. Impressive amount of defense, to be fact. Third best against points inside the paint. So real big reason why Howard wasn't really that pre-priced up, even kind of given the fact that we already knew Olivia was going to be out. But even after the news did come through, they didn't really touch her lines that much. And would have loved to see a higher PRA line, and maybe that's something we could luck out on closer to locks. But yeah, Connecticut is playing really good basketball right now and not really allowing that many points either. They're overall 5th least in the last month now. So they got it kind of figured out. Now they just got to get the offense working a little bit more.
Okay, well, we'll see. If that Howard PRA somehow bumps up to 27.5 again, or if I can find it, I'm going to take a little stab at it. Nothing official, but I do like that. Tony Woodard says, "To go over, ? I think he's talking about when we brought up Kiki with the news, and he says, "I don't know about that under Kiki." I believe that's what he's saying, which I totally understand. That's your first thought, and that's why bookies are doing what they're doing. They're moving the line up. I don't know if they know or they don't know. It is WNBA, so they could just be doing it without even paying attention. But, I mean, there's a really good chance Kiki doesn't score 17 or more points. Just saying. Golden State defense, Golden State defense, good against power forwards. We like seeing that. So, very good, actually. Number 1, in fact. You think she's scoring 17, bro? She's only get that 1 out of 3 times this season, 6 times out of 16. And Andrew agrees. He says Connecticut has turned around for sure. And Kev says, did you say under Kiki PRA? It's not bad, but the points at 16.5 is probably the way to go, just in case she goes off with some rebounds.
Yeah, I agree.
That 16.5 points is crazy high. Tony says, I really don't, but y'all are right. I like the data, but I hate the tempo changes. I don't know. Again, I'm going to say it again. It's just one of those plays that the line is so high, I feel like we got to take a stab. And there's a lot of other boxes that are being checked here. So I think we got to do it. Got to ride with it.
I'm with it, man. Feeling good about it today, honestly. We're keeping it a little bit on the lighter ends. Yes, I do know that. We're going to scoot Kiki up here closer towards the top since she does play this evening. But still, got some stack plays for us. Love all the rebound lines. Love this defensive matchup. And this game can honestly be really underwhelming. It would not shock me to see it be, even let's say sub 75, sub 80 points for each team. Wouldn't shock me in the slightest.
I'm excited about these plays. I got to go get in some more. Hopefully Kiki goes 16.5 in some other places.
Yeah.
I see she already bumped down to 15.5 on DraftKings. Damn it.
Yeah, honestly, still play the 15.5. I think we're either staying way under or she's going way over. Like with her, there's no in between.
We will see. But I'm excited that I kind of ran across that centers score a lot against Golden State, but power forwards don't. That's very interesting. Let's see if that comes to fruition here today with Shakira actually scoring and Kiki not scoring as much. We shall see.
Let's go, Shakira. Don't lie. All right, dude. Are we all caught up on questions and everything?
We are.
Sweet. Okay. Well, we had a nice lengthy stream for today. We'll be back in action tomorrow. We got some stuff on the radar already. So a few props and everything hanging out. But be back tomorrow for the stream as usual. We'll catch you guys in the Discord tonight. Good luck on all your bets and parlays, and we'll catch you back here later tomorrow. All right. Peace.
Well, I've had enough.
Fuck you, man, I hate a no.